G'day everyone, welcome back. This is episode 34 of my Line of Africa campaign series. See what happens today. Come on, hold out. Saw that coming from a very long distance away. Okay. He is at least following me from the from that direction a bit. Okay, we've got mud and rain. Well, my prayers have been answered, at least a bit. He's officially going to die. There's nothing we can do there. I'm not burning points on trying to rescue a corpse. So okay, your supply's not that good. Alright, do I just cut out of here and no, you don't have any. You can't force march. So there's no question anymore, we're defending the east. That's the only spot that's going to be open long enough to do something. Do I try and get you out? Do I go up here? He might not see that one coming. Okay, he doesn't know that this unit's here, right? If I snuck that up here, I might be able to hold out for some reasonably long length of time. Oh. We're in 18. We did make it. We did make it the third year, so him getting a major victory, now out of the question. Not gonna happen. You're going to be there for 5 turns getting siege down. Well, if he's sieging it down for 5 turns, only gonna last another 15. Haven't got anything else to do. Do I just ditch the porters? Can't buy levies as well. No, got all the levies I need. So I've since found out that that issue with levies being entrenched, it's apparently not an issue. It is something that I think doesn't make any sense, but the well, it makes sense in the like framing of obviously if there's some trenches dug, levies can jump in there and sit in them. But a lot of other units that can't dig trenches, when they move into trenches, the trenches disappear. Things like tanks and artillery. And I'd always figured that levies were bound by the same rule. They're not. Apparently it was a decision made in a patch before I start working on World War One. Obviously hadn't been made aware of it. Okay, what am I gonna do here? Do I just ditch the not the levies? So what I'm ultimately looking to do is just make him spend turn after turn trying to hack away at the bad terrain here and advancing very slowly. The supply's horrendous, so if I dig in around here, you can hold out for a long time. Dar es Salaam's also our best and fast becoming our only place that actually spawns any MPPs, so not exactly keen on the prospect of losing that, because I'm gonna need those points. I do not want to be in a spot like I forced him into last time, where you have 10 turns in a row and you just get no income. So that puts you in a position known as being a sitting duck. Not keen on that. Okay. Let's get you. See, it's worth noting also, if I want to get the porters later, they're going to cost a lot more. There's a significant purchase discount on the upgrades. Because this campaign, the Germans actually have production 5. Most of the time, doesn't really make a lot of difference. I mean, obviously the extra points do, but they're less relevant to the how the campaign flows. But at certain points, it is handy to know that. The other option is deploy the reinforce. No, bite. You talked this through for half an hour last turn. Anything on that side is going to get crushed by this pile of ugliness. Which is something I want little to do with, so I'd like to dome her, but I reckon the rest of this is a lost cause. That's 7, that puts us 107. Moving you is 46. And 107 is 63. I think 69 for the new unit. Yep. Okay, so I'm saving myself 16 points if I ditch the porters, plus I get cheaper reinforcements. The other thing to consider is, this is Portugal advancing. Portugal sucks. And what I'm probably going to do in the next patch, I haven't written this one yet, at the time I'm recording this, I have done all the edits to Russian Civil War, but I have done a rework of this part of the map also, so there's more towns, more roads, and basically it's actually possible to fight there now rather than the supply dead zones that you had when we were playing last time. But I'm also seeing about maybe making Portugal a bit weaker, because both this game and our last one, it was pretty much possible for Portugal to just like actually advance. They never really did historically. They took this area and then they just stuck. Didn't do anything for the rest of the war. I haven't worked out what that's going to look like yet, but when's this going to go up? Probably early April. I don't know. I'll probably have written the changes by the time you're seeing this, but I am going to look at doing something about that, because Portugal does seem to be a bit stronger than they probably should be. I also have heard that other people think that the campaign as a whole is a bit favouring the British, so I mean, I'll have a look, see what I feel like doing. If I think there's cause for a change, I'll make a change. Okay, let's get you. I'm gonna get the porters. If I build more units in the future, then might forego those just in the interest of getting as many units out as possible. What I need to do, I need to get something in this town, because I think this town is the hardest one to capture of this entire area. Because your only supplies, they're either going to come from this, or realistically this one. It's going to be a maximum of 5. So even if you get an HQ up there, that's 8, 7, 4. So you're never attacking this one with anything better than a 4. Keep in mind, he does not have any HQs down here. If he did, I would have seen them by now. I haven't seen any. It's also probably the furthest away from here, because if he's bringing his force down here, gonna have to advance probably this way, and then cut across, or capture that, which involves marching straight through a swamp. I can think of a lot of things I'd rather do over march an army through a swamp. In the middle of rain season at that. So I think if it comes down to it, and I don't reckon I'm going to end up with a lot of units at the end of this campaign. Yeah, I doubt I'm going to win a major in this one. I do agree with that. Those comments about the campaign probably favouring the British. Certainly if your opponent knows what they're doing. A lot of my tests before we released, my opponents didn't know what they were doing in this campaign, whereas I obviously did, so I was able to pull off some pretty crazy stuff. But now the campaign's been out a while, people have figured it out, which, you know, credit to them. But it does mean a lot of the assumptions I had during testing need to be looked at again. Okay. I'm going to put you there, dig you in. And that way both units have trenches. Every unit has to be dug in, or I'm going to get flattened at this point in the game. Made a fair few silly mistakes over the last handful of turns. I really can't afford any more at this point. So supply 9s and 10s and 7s. And then we got this one, which is a 2, which is just going to stay there, and hopefully nothing will happen for a while. I'm going to turn your trenches around. I reckon you'll more likely come from the north than the southern route at this point. I mean, these two have sat there for most of the game and done nothing, and if you had a few more units around here, he could do something, but he's just not, so Hopefully he spends a while, you know, chasing after them, and there might even be room to get you out there if I have to. We'll see. A lot will depend on if Zeus is feeling charitable. He's not exactly known for his generosity. No matter how much I pray to him, he only sometimes gives me the weather that I ask for. This turn the weather's been alright, but I've had a lot of disappointments with my efforts to get the gods on side. Where's that last unit going? I put on the road, that'll give me options. I do need to figure out how I'm going to get a unit down here, because I want one down there. If I can scrape out a victory from something like that, be better than just dying, so... I'll put you there. I'm going to dig you in. If the weather improves, I might bring you down here just because it will take him a while to get to it. Don't know. I have not made a decision on that point yet. Alright. Zeus, I ask for your support in this last year of the campaign. Give him lots of terrible weather. I don't care what the Goatson's doing. The thing's a rust bucket. Alright, well, thanks for watching and I'll see you tomorrow.